I hate that chair. You can't lower it. It's ridiculous.
Coach, whenever you're ready, we'll start with an opening statement.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the fact that we got the win. I'm not going to say that I think that we played well. I thought we were pretty undisciplined on the defensive end, fouled them way too many times, put them at the free throw line way too many times, and on the offensive side of things, we also turned the ball over, and a lot of that's focus and just being undisciplined. But we did make enough plays to win. I know, and you're sitting here like you guys won by 20. Why are you irritated? But I think we can be better. I think we have a much better team, and we have been playing better. So I just want us to get back to that and playing team defense. And a lot of these fouls came because, we weren't helping each other and we weren't in the right gap. So, I think Shaq had a great game. She had a great start for us tonight. 4 blocks, made a lot of plays. So I'm happy with that. But again, we need to be better than we were.
Open up to some questions.
First off, Coach, congratulations on the win. Huge night for Nikia Terrell tonight because she scored her 1,000th point. Can you speak on her impact for her 4 years here?
Yeah, I mean, Kai's been excellent for us. She's played a lot all 4 years, and she knows how I want to play, and she is disciplined. That she's one person that it doesn't matter who I say she's going to guard. She's going to not mess up, and she's going to do exactly what I want. But she's also scored the ball very well for us, and she's shot it well, and she's able to get to the basket. So, she's been a part of a lot of wins here, and I'm happy to see her get that.
And Shaq, at the two minutes at 2:20 mark in the first quarter, all of you guys seem to celebrate for her as well, to seeing that her score her 1,000th point. Can you just run me through that?
Yeah, I before the game, Kai told me she only had 4 points, but I didn't even register that was her 1,000th point because we had been joking in practice all the time about it being a free throw. But then finally, I was like, wait, when do you get it? She was like, I hit it already. And then I was happy for her, obviously, because I've been here with her all 4 years. And I know how hard she has worked for it. But then the rest of the team was hyped for her. But we're really good about that as a team, hyping each other up and being there for each other. So
I had no idea until after the game.
Hey, Coach. You talked about how, honestly, there was a little bit of there's a lot to work on after this game, right?
Yeah.
But you still were able to win by a large margin. What can you speak about the team being able to, even on their off nights per se, be able to go and put up a performance that is like that?
I really think it starts on the defensive end. I think we've really come together well as a group and bought into the team defense, and teams have been having a hard time scoring. I did say we fouled them a lot, but take away the free throws, they're scoring in the 30s. And our girls they're buying into game plans, and they're helping each other guard and making teams take tough shots. So it definitely starts on the defensive side of things, and I'm really proud of how they're executing scouts.
And now looking at the offensive side of the ball, 4 players in double digits tonight. You've also had a wide margin of leading scorers throughout the games this season. What can you talk about this team's depth and how they get to play off of each other, but get to pick up each other after a good day or a bad day?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of good players. Fortunate for us, right? But and it can be anybody's night, anytime. We have a lot of players that are capable of scoring, and we're starting to share the ball a lot more, and the girls have done a good job of knowing who the hot hand is and passing up okay shots for great shots for the team and sharing it. And again, I talked about the defensive side of it, buying into that team concept, and the ball is finding the most open person, and it's finding the person that has the best shot.
Can you talk a little bit about losing your leading scorer? And she's been out the last 5 games. First 2 games she's out, you lose. And now it looks like you're figuring some things out. So how is that transformation taking
And she's
place?
back.
Back, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting it. Yeah, when Aaliyah went down, it's always unfortunate when you lose any player, whether they're your leading scorer or not. And, even tougher when it's in that last practice going into a game to, you know, figure out where that scoring is gonna come from, and it did take some adjustments. But from that moment on, even after Longwood, I think that one got away, it ended up being close, and that's when I think they came together as a team. That's when we really started playing team basketball on both sides of the floor, and you know, hopefully the silver lining is that's when we really came together. Now we throw her back in, and you know, let's see what we can do and see how special this year can be.
What was your reaction to seeing Aaliyah back on the court, Baskerville?
I love playing with Lee, but when she was practicing, like, I still didn't know if she was gonna play or not. I was like, are you gonna play? And she was like, I don't know. So then, like, we were even before the game, like, we were changing, and I was like, Lee, are you playing today? And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, okay. So then, when I finally saw her, I literally took a double take. Like, I was like, and then I noticed, like, it was actually Aaliyah. But I like playing with Aaliyah. I love playing with her. It was fun being on the court with her when I was on the court with her. But we're happy to have her back.
Coach, can you speak to how Aaliyah has handled the injury, knowing that she had been missing a couple big conference games?
You know, I think anytime you're injured mentally, it's hard, you know, because you also, the unknown is, are you going to come back the same? How long is it going to hurt? So, you know, I do think the injury was hard on her because it's probably the worst that she's ever been hurt and the longest she's ever been out. So, when, like, our girls, they play basketball because they want to play. So when something sidelines them, that's pretty tough to deal with. Like, you're here to play basketball, and you know, you start to be like, well, I'm not even doing anything, but you can't do anything. So I think mentally it was tough, but you know, she got through it, and she did the rehab, and we knocked some dust off tonight, so we're getting her back.
It looked like the team came out with a spark to start the third quarter. Any adjustments at halftime or anything going in the locker room, or was that just? Oh, okay.
We know when we're not playing like ourselves, and even though we were up, like, we weren't satisfied with the way that we were playing, so it wasn't like a good halftime. Like, we was like, we need to work on this, we need to work on that, we need to work on that. So it was just making the right adjustments before we came out, and we used to have this habit of starting off our second half bad, so we knew that we had to come out with fourth quarter intensity is what we call it. But yeah, that's another thing that we're really good at halftime is communicating through everything. Like, we talk through almost every play that happened, any little thing like that, just to make the correct adjustment, and then we came out ready to play. But we knew we had to do that.
You said that you guys realize when the team isn't playing up to the standard. Maybe even looking back on those two games that y'all dropped against Longwood and Gardner-Webb, what do you think changed when y'all recognized that wasn't the standard that y'all had set for this season?
It was really just us having to work on a lot of things that, like, could be fixed. Like, playing hard. We can fix playing hard. Like, when we do everything we're supposed to, we're a really good team, but it was, like, little stuff like that. Or, like, we know when we're on the road, we got to get 50-50 balls. So, and it's us having to transfer it to practice, too. Like, we'll go to practice, and we'll have, like, okay practice, iffy practices. And every time we have a bad practice, we always end up not playing as well. So, after we lost to Gardner-Webb and Longwood, we knew that we had to, like, get it together because we know that we can win this conference. Like, we know that.
And speaking of winning the conference, y'all are sitting back now tied for the top of the conference. So how do you feel about that going into the second half and of the conference schedule and going into playoff time?
Yeah, I mean, you know, one of the assistants just said in the locker room, but we control our destiny, and we felt that way, like, to start the season. And like, I look at it, but I don't. Like, are we getting better? What do we need to do for the next game? Like, you can't look too far in the future, and just us individually, I want us to get better, and I want us to be playing great basketball come March. And so we're going to look at this game. What didn't we do well? What can we get better at? And, you know, focus a lot on us. And fortunately, like, the last few games, we have been getting better. And I think we're going to have to continue to do that and understand that it doesn't happen. It doesn't matter what happened the first time we played these teams. the second time the score starts 0-0. So that's not going to matter, and we still have to show up, and we still have to make the plays, and we have to score every basket in this game. So I think maybe this game like opened our eyes to that, because down there, like, I mean, we dominated them pretty good down at Presby, and today we had to fight for it. And you know, you got to show up and you got to play the game. It doesn't matter what happened before, and hopefully we understand that, and we're focused on getting better individually and as a group. And like I said, come March, hopefully we're playing really good basketball.
Coach, Presbyterian is a team that you've, in your time at High Point, historically been really successful against. What kind of goes into the preparing for a team that you see so often in a season? Obviously, because you're in your same conference, but it's also a team that you seem to not really have a whole lot of struggle with when it comes to consistently losing.
Yeah, I mean, this year it's a brand new coach, so you know what does get tough is, especially when you win the first game, you know, you're going to have to watch a lot of film, and it's what adjustments are they going to make? Because what we did seemed to work pretty well. Trying to guess what adjustments they're going to make, and what were we successful doing, and what can we continue to do the next game. But I watched our first game a couple of times. I watched their most recent games. It's a lot of film and understanding the team and understanding their weaknesses, and hopefully exploiting those weaknesses.
I got a question for Shaq before we wrap up. I've heard Coach talk about your team defense the last few games, which has been great. You had a great night tonight on the other side of the ball. Can you speak about, from a player's perspective, what's switched with the team defense? Is something going on in practice? Are you guys just clicking on defense, or what is it?
For the team or for me?
For the team, but from like a student-athlete perspective.
Let me think about it. Give me a second. I would say
Stumper.
You just been playing better. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all right. We'll take it.
Pretty much. I mean, I will at least speak for. So we split up into two teams in practice, and sometimes I could either be with like the purple team or the white team, either way, but the purple team always guards first. So that teaches the white team a lot, because we watch them guard first and we see their mistakes, and we know that we can't make the same mistakes they just made. Or what they do well. So that helps a lot. And yeah, I feel like our communication could still be better, though. We talk about communication all the time, and we can still communicate better. But when we are in our gaps and we are where we're supposed to be, we're good.
Yeah.
I agree.
No more questions. We'll wrap it up.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
That was stressful.
Thank you.
Stressful.
Yes.